Hi guys, welcome back to a brand new video today. Riser Dawn here. Today guys, welcome to 10 annoying things Arcane Odyssey still needs to fix. Let's get right into it. Alright guys, so right now Stratos pumpkins aren't recognized as pumpkins. If you go to your cooking pot or your nearest cooking pot and you cook 2 pumpkins, you make a pumpkin pie, a giant pumpkin pie in fact. And if you add, more pumpkins, it just makes an even bigger pie. But if you try to cook with Stratos pumpkins, so 2 pumpkins, the same recipe basically, but just Stratos pumpkin instead, you actually just get simmered fruit. Now, these two are drastically different because pumpkin pies actually give you a lot of hunger based on, I only used 2 pumpkins right here. But simmered fruit, I used 2 Stratos pumpkins, and these were both 50, right? So if alone these would be 100 added up, and it only increased the simmer fruit only increased the hunger by 50. So imagine if it was a pumpkin pie made from Stratos pumpkins, also known as like a Stratos pumpkin pie. It would probably give you a lot more hunger, but that feature is still not fixed, or maybe it just wasn't added at all into the game. Alright guys, so for the next thing Vtex and his team should fix, it is Enizor. So this guy is just sitting on your boat, useless. If you try to talk to him and enchant something, he doesn't pull up the enchant UI anymore, so you actually can't use him at all to disenchant something. And honestly, he's just useless besides having his stat, so that has been broken since the full release, I believe. So alright guys, so another thing that is super annoying and I think the team can improve is the senses. So as you know, this game has a bunch of different sensing types. There's hunting, challenging, magic, and like I think 2 others or more. And basically they each have different colors. So when you shift G, you'll see that I'm currently using hunting sense. You'll see all these different auras around, and when you switch senses, they actually turn into different colors. I think that is utterly confusing, confuses the player base more than they already are. They don't know what those things are, and a lot of the things that they're sensing, they won't go to or they just never reached. I think one thing that would improve the sensing would be if you were to focus on a certain aura, like let's say that yellow aura over there in the distance, it would give me a clue as to what exactly it might be. Maybe there'll be like whispers around coming off of the aura telling me if it's like an NPC, like a wanted criminal or something like that. I think that'd be so cool. It would definitely be a huge quality of life, so you actually you can hone in on your aura sense and sort of get clues as to what it might be that you're looking at. Okay guys, so the next problem is actually super annoying, and I'm literally trying to find a way to do it for this video, but it honestly happens in the most inconvenient times, and that is when the bird, like a random seagull or something, is stuck in the back of your brig and it's just holding your ship back. Alright guys, the next problem is that these birds like to follow you on ships, essentially dragging your ship back and slowing down the speed immensely. Once they're off, you guys can see that my ship just goes dramatically faster. I'm at 122 speed, but just look at this, guys. Even when I use my navigator's slipstream, it is still the same speed because this bird just holds my whole ship back. But when I wiggle around, I mean, it just still stays. So once it falls off that back part of the ship, it'll fly off. But this is honestly so annoying, and this probably has happened to you guys if you have a brig or any other ship, but I think it mainly happens to the brig because it's so big, and the bird just like, for some reason, it doesn't no clip through, it just stays on, and it's like an actual part, and so it basically holds your ship back. Speaking of animals, I don't know what it is with the animals in this game, but a lot of them are just floating in the sky. I've seen a dozen whales just staying in the sky right here, and honestly, it is just so sad to see. They're just stuck in the air, not contributing anything, and it just looks so weird sometimes. And then they just teleport away sometimes when you hit them. It is just so clunky, and this has been a problem since I'm pretty sure the very beginning of this game's release. And I don't know why it's still not fixed, but just the animals in this game are just so clunky. Like with the full release, they added more animals. I don't know why, because they're just all so clunky and buggy, and I don't know if it's you know, that hard to fix. I've seen like a lot of other games include animals in their games, and they're just not clunky like at all. Okay guys, so the next thing is actually about the fleet system. So your active followers maxes out at 8,000, and I got 8,000 a couple of days ago. I let go of some catches, so now I'm down to 6,900. But when I had 8,000, I was basically making the same amount as if I were to use just 4,000 active followers. Maybe there was a slight increase, but having 8,000 active followers and 4,000 active followers doesn't really it doesn't matter that much. What gets affected by your active follower count is the amount that you have to repair your ships for and supply your ships with supplies and food. It's actually worse to have more active followers because then you have to fix your ships more. The cost just costs way more. I have to fix my ships for like 50k sometimes. Yeah, as you can see, I just fixed it and I'm already at 14k. And so, yeah, it is just a hassle. Right now, I'm in the process of switching all of my catches in my fleet ships category to brigs because brigs actually have more HP. So this allows me to just fix it less often, and hopefully it'll lower my repair costs. I was literally away for like 10 seconds and it's already up by 14,400 from 13,900 in just a couple of seconds. So that just gives, you know, a perspective of the cost of these ships. And with 8,000 active followers, you actually don't make that much more. So honestly, I think the scaling should be fixed if you have 8,000, or maybe make it so that every 1,000 followers or active followers, you actually get like a certain increase in the rewards that you get. I think that'd be super cool. Alright guys, so for the next thing, I think this is not really a problem, but it kind of could be improved. So at night, as you know, everything is just dark and you can't see a thing. The fog increases so you can't see far away, even if you're at 10 graphics. I think at night, VTEX and his team should add things to make, you know, the nighttime more exciting. Maybe add more moonlight, you know, make a giant moon and like at least have some sort of nighttime light. Add like a borealis effect so that there's more color at night, because you know at nighttime you're sort of in your own circle. You can't really see past a couple of 100 meters, and honestly it is basically half of your game time will be at night. So they could also, you know, increase the daytime cycle so that players are playing during the day more often so that they can actively see everything more clearly. And yeah, I think at night it's just you know, it kind of kills the vibe of the game. It makes it less exciting. But if they were to add, you know, borealis effects, colorful colors in the sky, stars, things like that, it would make the game much more fun, much more exciting, and a lot cooler to play. Alright guys, so the next thing is kind of minor, but when you're running or dashing around, sometimes your grapple hook activates on accident, and it kind of like bugs your character out. It is, you know, not that common to occur, but it does happen more often than it should. And honestly, I think the fix for it would maybe to make the grapple hook a keybind, or, you know, something that you can flip on and off, whether it be a keybind or you just activate it by clicking space again like you do now. But yeah, essentially, how you activate it is when you jump or something, when you're in the air and you click space on a ledge, it just automatically pulls the grapple hook out. But sometimes when you're running, the grapple hook just grapples to whatever your cursor is on, and it could be a ledge, like a tiny surface, such as, you know, this pole right here. And sometimes it just randomly grapples. So for example, guys, if I were to go up these, you know, this ramp right here, sometimes the grapple hook will just accidentally activate. So yeah, see, for example, if I were to like press space on these, it's not even a ledge, it's just a ramp, the grapple hook will just activate. And you know, when I'm moving around frantically, sometimes I accidentally activate it. So I think it'd be cool if they made the grapple hook a keybind, or something that maybe you could just like throw it from far away and it'll like drag you to the wherever your grappling hook was. I think that'd be super sick and a really great feature. Okay guys, so the next thing is that the bring the ship command is actually very clunky and downright broken. So bring the ship, and basically they'll respond, very well, I'll steer the ship to follow you, Captain, but they just don't follow. And I'll stand a little further. And yeah, it just does not work. So alright guys, so as I was testing the bring the ship command, it basically, I don't know why, I think it bugged or something, but I can't control my ship anymore. I can't even turn it, move it. I can shoot my cannons though. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I think I'm just stuck here. I don't know if this is something that happens every time, but yeah, as I was testing the command, my ship no longer responds at all. Okay guys, so sometimes when you go up to a ship to try to destroy it, or when you get near it, it'll just randomly teleport away. So I think this ship right now, it's showing all the symptoms. It's standing still and doesn't have its sail up. So when you go near it, I think it should disappear. And there you go guys. It just teleported away. I have no clue where it just went. I think it might be that one. But these teleporting ships have been in the game since the beginning of the release of this game. It has never been fixed. I don't know why they haven't fixed it. It is such a huge problem. And I don't know if it's tied to like the performance issues of the game, but I've seen these ships teleport. I've seen like animals teleport sometimes, some animals stuck in the air, things like that. Okay guys, and for the last thing that I think they should fix is to just get rid of terrain destruction on floors. Honestly, this has been the number one, controversial thing that has always plagued this game, and that is terrain destruction. It is just so annoying whenever you do a move, especially at this stage in the game. You just have immense destruction. With like warlord classes, for example, you just do a devastate, and if this wasn't like a solid piece, it would just crumble. Like at Samaria, if you were to do it on the ground, it would just crumble. If you're at a tower, for example, you destroy all these guys with one move. You go to the next floor, you do the same thing. Like say for example, I use towering impact. It just makes a huge hole in the ground whenever you do a move that's supposed to kill all the enemies, and it just makes traversing it so annoying. If this was just solid, you could just kill all the enemies and make your way up each floor so easily, but instead you have to sort of, I don't want to feel restricted when I want to use my moves, and then when I kill them I just fall down just like that. I have no options. If I break it, that's on me, but if it just goes out under me, then it is so annoying in my opinion, just to have the flooring like destroyed like this. And it goes back to the point of terrain destruction in this game. What do you guys think? Like, do you guys like that there's terrain destruction to this level in the game? I wouldn't mind it if it was on the walls. Obviously it improves like the realistic aspect of it, but on the floor, it's more annoying than not. Like if you're on land, and not even just in this tower, if you're on land, whenever you do a huge amount of destruction, whether it be you or other players, it just makes it so that the game is much more annoying to play. And yeah, I think whenever you're having like big wars, it's just such an inconvenience. And that is the one good thing about terrain destruction, I guess. You just fall all the way down to the first floor. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this video, all of these things that I think that they should fix. Drop a like and subscribe down below if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.